Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a maze puzzle, which is my favorite type. The cast left gained prize-winning honors in a puzzle competition in Antwerp. It's a double-sided maze, but not like the cast Levy. It has some different ways to move around. I learned quite a bit from the cast Levy that helped me with this one, but it still seemed to send me on a wild goose chase a couple times. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Designed by Dutch designer Oscar van de Venter in 2004, it comes in at a level 4. This is definitely one that I can come back to down the road. Oh, and by the way, left translated means the egg, which makes sense. Alright, so before we get started, just note this is called the silver ball. This will be called the gold ball. They're both in their home spot, and when you can't move one anymore, it's called the dead end spot. So keep the gold ball at home and move the silver ball into its dead end spot. So that's this dead end spot, so flip it over, and we're going to move this gold one out. And we're going to move this one to about here. It can't move much past that, so what we want to do now is flip it over and move the silver one back. We want to slowly start moving the silver one back home. Just like that, but we can't get it around that piece, the hairpin. So flip it over, move the gold piece back to a spot that silver ball can go back home. There we go. Now move this one back, and then we're going to move that gold ball all the way through to below the pointer. Now let's flip it over and move the silver ball through to that spot again, to its dead end spot, which is just before the straightaway. Now move this gold ball all the way up and through. When it's at the end there, which it's not solved, it's close, but not quite. We have the silver ball now that's in that straightaway. So now we want to move this ball down, the gold ball down, and we can kind of rotate it around once and then twice. That'll allow the silver ball to kind of go in that hoop. So now rotate it around, and we want to move this gold ball all the way back home, but we notice that it actually gets stuck there, right on that loop. So we want to put this silver ball into a position where that can be solved. So put the silver ball in there, flip it around, and that should give us enough room to move all the way around. Now we want that gold ball to go all the way home. And now we want the silver ball to go as far as we can. Oh, make sure that gold ball doesn't slip out of its home. Stay in your home ball. And then we can rotate it around and move that silver ball through the maze. There we go. Into its dead end spot, which is right there. So now bring this gold ball all the way up and around that little mound. We're going to keep going as far as we can, and we're stuck there again. So bring this back in, and we want to move this silver piece back in, move this gold piece back a little more, and then we're going to bring the silver piece back into this area here. So this is going to act as a straightaway. We're going to be able to rotate around it. So bring this gold ball back through, and now we can rotate around that. I'll show you what that looks like from the other side. See? So that'll allow our gold ball to go up above the pointer. And now that we're above the pointer, we want to move that silver ball back down to that dead end spot. So bring the gold ball just below the pointer. And that should allow our silver ball to go down. There we go. Now we can't move it anymore. So bring the gold ball back up. You can rotate that around and then go all the way to the end with the gold ball. And the silver ball should follow shortly after. But we can't quite solve this one. There's 2 moves left to do. Bring the silver ball down, or gold ball I suppose, down, and that'll allow the silver ball to go up. And then we want to bring the gold ball back up, and then just give it a little tug. And that is how you solve this puzzle. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of back and forth with this one. To put it back together, let's put those balls in those holes. And then we want to move this gold one down and around. And then move that silver one down so it's around that hoop or that edge. Move this gold ball back up, and then see how far down we can make that silver ball go. Next step is to move the gold one down as far as we can, and we can't get much past that point. And that's because we need to move the silver one down into that other area here where it can do a swivel. We can do a little circle thing. I'll show you what I mean, a little spin. Just like that. So move this gold ball back as far as it can go. Stuck there. Let's move the silver ball back down, almost like you're trying to finish it again. Make sure that gold ball stays at the end. Move that circle, or that silver piece down there. Now that can fit perfectly around the corner, and the gold ball is back home. So now let's move the silver one around the puzzle, see how far we can get. And we can get all the way up there, which is pretty cool. So, move this gold piece out, and it fits perfectly around. The thing to note is that silver piece had to be up high in order for this gold piece to fit around. So now that's around, let's see how far we can push this gold piece. We can only make it till there, we can't rotate. So in order to rotate, we have to get the silver ball back into a rotatable spot. So in order to do that, we have to push this one down. And we can't get it past there, so in order to get it past there, we need to push this guy back, and that allows us to get it past it. So now, we should be able to rotate this again. And then we need to get this guy above on that straightaway. There we go. And then we can rotate that top piece up. Go all the way close to the finish line. And now this piece can move back in. So now we're in the gold piece all the way down. See how far we can make it. Remember, you want to make sure that silver piece stays there, stays on the inside of that straightaway. But we can't actually move it past this point, so we need to move this silver ball back home. So in order to do that, we push it through and it gets stopped, but if this gold ball is in the right spot, that silver ball can make it back home. So let's push it through, and we can't get it around this bend. So in order to get it around that bend, we actually have to move this silver ball back out, just like so. And now we have enough room for the gold ball to fit through. And the silver ball should have no problem going back home. Oh, gotta make sure both stay on the inside of the home so that we can spin it together.